Hello there, my name is Whimperman and welcome to the refitting of the old open cockpit utility hover vehicle 18 Hover Wrecker. So, let's have a quick look at the original. Now this was built before the game was fully released, and if you know any of my builds already, although I am going to show you, you will probably see that it is a variant of the original of this guy, the hover excavator. So there is a couple of reasons why I don't want it to be the new version. First of all of my salvage and repair vehicles that I'm doing now are all going to be enclosed in the first run hover vehicle series anyway. I don't know if I will do some open top ones in the future, but these ones are definitely going to be enclosed. Secondly, I don't like the fact that it is a variant of the excavator. And thirdly, because it looks stupid with most of the drills gone. Now, let's have a look at the two lower tier salvage and repair vehicles. So this is that's the starter, that's the low, and that's the mid-level salvage and repair vehicle, and this one is going to be the next one up. It'll be the top level, and for its design, it's going to be, the cab itself will lean forward from the bottom rather than straight up and then leaning back. Let's turn the light on. Alright, let's put my helmet on and then the light on. It'll also be a 3-person vehicle, whereas this one is only 2, so it'll have 3 of the multi-tools, the multi-tool turrets I should say. Now this cab will still only be 2-person. I am going to make it 1 block wider so that the walkway beside the chairs will be 2 blocks, giving you a bit more space in here. The vehicle itself will be wider as well as the cabin, because it'll have 3 of the tall turrets set up in a kind of triangle arrangement. So imagine this one with another one in the middle coming out here. On top of that, the 3rd person will also have a separate cab similar to the low tier one that'll be on the side about here-ish. Obviously the vehicle will be longer. It might not be obvious, but sorry. It's just one of those words that people use. So that's kind of what it's going to look like. So I've already got my starting arrow ready. What's going on with my HUD? There we go. Yeah, okay, because I wasn't looking at it. Of course it is. So this vehicle will definitely be a tier 4. Whoops. So let's get on the 4 tier 4 extenders. Now, generator wise, so that one was a small, I think. Stuff it doesn't matter. So I'm pretty sure this one was a small and a medium. Oh, that's right. That one was a this large size. I don't know why I call it medium, because there is no larger one. This is the large generator. So the starter salvage and repair had 1 of them. The low tier had 1 and a small. This one had 2. Now as you can see on my belt there, I have a shield generator ready. Now I already know that 2 generators isn't going to be enough to power that shield. I also know that 1 of these larger generators is enough for exactly 2 of these multi-turrets, tool turrets. I know they kind of are a tool turret, but whatever. So, bearing that in mind, I think 3 might actually be enough, but I think I will need to test it. But until then, I am going to plan for 4, just to make sure I've got the CPU. Fuel tank wise, that had 3, that had 4, and that one, oh, hang on a sec, this one might have had 1 and 2 smalls actually. Yeah, okay, so I want it to be kind of stepped up, as it were, so I know that that one has 4, and I know that that one has 6, definitely, of this size. Now this one definitely has 3 tanks, I'm just not sure of which size. Oh, there you go, I can see them. So there are 3 of these larger sizes. In case you're wondering, that's the top of it there, and there's the side of it there, letting me know it's a 2x1 tank. So bearing in mind 3, 4 and 6, this one might potentially need 8. So I will plan for that. Yeah, that's 8, 4 and 4. Duh. Again, I'm definitely wanting to put a shield on this one. So the next one down, so this is a tier 3 CPU, that's a tier 2 CPU, and that's a tier 1 CP1. Goodness sake, what is wrong with my mouth today? I did try to put a shield on this, but unfortunately the CPU didn't really allow it. So although I'm way under the 30,000 maximum CPUs from a tier 3, the shield itself is 15,400. So it wasn't quite enough on that, which is a shame, but you know, it happens. So this one most definitely will be getting a shield, which also means it needs a pentaxid tank. Now, as I've said, it will need, yes, it is those. It will need 3 of these. I can't see the jobby. The rotation line. So, it's going to be 1-ish, 2-ish, and then 3-ish. It won't be quite in that arrangement, but that'll do for now. So, as with all of them except the starter one, they all have drills on them so that if you end up stuck in a hole in the ground after removing a POI, I have put drills on it so you can kind of dig your way out. My original thought was to put 3 on this one, because that one has 1 and that one has 2. But I really don't see the need to always go up in that kind of step with everything. I think 2 will be enough, because it'll be... I was going to say it'll be long and thin. I mean, with the extra cab on the side, it would be like... not quite those 2 added together, but about there-ish. No, I still think 2 will do, I think. And I was going to do the same with the Gatling turrets for defense. I was going to put 3, but again, I'm not sure it's necessary. Because all you're really going to be fighting in this is drones and ground troops. So I think 2 is enough. Can you go on the side there? Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be enough. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of the stuff out. Give me a sec. Right then, I got the next lot of stuff on the toolbar. So, as I said, this is 3-person, and I want 2 people in the main cab. Oh, I thought I'd pressed 3, I hadn't. And then there'll be another cab on the side, as I said. So, ammo container wise, this one, this one is a 250 ammo container for 1 turret, and this is a 500 for 2. Now, because of the caliber that these turrets fire, and there's only one ammo type needed, I think that 500 for 2 turrets is fine. So I'm going to do the same for this. So that's and that should be 500. Yes, it is. As for the main cargo, one of the things I wanted to do with these salvage and repair vehicles is the ore and wood container would always be double that of the lower down, the next lower down vehicle. So this, actually start here. This one is around about 2,500. It's not quite because of the block shapes I've used. This one was then 5,000. Proof. And the next one up was 10,000, double. Proof. Which means that this one is going to need to be 20,000. Now, that's going to be a lot of extensions, which I'm not going to bother to do here unless I need to worry about CPU at the end of this. But that's the plan. 20,000 SU in the ore and wood container. Now, the 2 cabs are of course going to be airtight, which means I'm going to need a ventilator in both. I also want... I want one O2 station in the main cab. I'm wondering if I should do one in the little cab on the side. I might do. Yeah, why not? O2 tanks wise, there's 2 in that one, and then 5 in that one. So I'm thinking 7 or 8-ish, actually. 7 or 8-ish. So I'm going to plan for... What? Oh, okay. I'm going to plan for 8. I think that's a fairly decent amount. For 8 fuel tanks, O2 tanks that then last roughly the similar. See? What's wrong with my mouth? Anyway, I'm going to get the next lot of stuff out. Okay, so propulsion-wise, much like the Wrecker here, the mid-tier one, I'm not entirely sure exactly how it's going to end up, but I will plan for something like 4 of the T2 large thrusters forward. I think actually I might do 5. No, hang on, sorry, this is forward, that was reverse. Yeah, so 4 for reverse. I think I might do 5 for 4 forward. Only because this is going to be big and heavy, and if you are in a hole in the ground left by a dismantled POI and you're digging your way out of it, I want to give you the thrust to actually drive up the slope you've dug. Ding ding. So I think there's that, and then lateral thrust. I might do a T2 large at the front and the back, pointing sideways to aid with turning, and then I've got some T2 mediums that I might do something like 2 more pointing each direction, or maybe 3. I might do that. That needs to be moved forward. And actually I can now do this. Not that it really matters, because this is just the plan. What did I do? There we go. Okay, can I get that there? Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, good. So that is roughly the plan. It might change by the end of it, depending on the shape and the size and the available space and all of that jazz. Now, the hover engines. So those multi-turrets are actually quite heavy. So on each of these vehicles, I've needed more hover lift on the corner with those turrets than the others, as it were. So I think what I'm going to do is have 2 at that corner holding up the multi-turrets. I might then only need 1 there. And then I think I might do 1 in all 4 corners. Oh, that's not where I wanted it to go. But also another 2 on max lift at the back, because that's where all the container extensions will be. Now, I also have the small hover engines ready, just in case we need a bit more lift. But we will see. I will try to limit the RCSs, but all of these vehicles so far have needed some, so I will allocate. So the next one down has 5, 2 on by default and 3 on max. 3 on by default and 2 on max lift. Sorry. So I might try and do something like 3 on by default and another 3 max lift, maybe. Something like that. So docking pads wise, as usual, 1 in each corner, probably. Again, that might change depending on the design of the vehicle. And then the jump boosters, that one has 2, but the big excavator has 3. And I think this is probably going to need 3 as well because of its size. Where can I put them in? 1, 2. Yeah, that'll do. Don't really matter. Then, of course, it will need a Wi-Fi. Actually, I'm not going to put that there because I'm probably going to need to do the extensions in a bit. Wi-Fi and, of course, a detector roar. Okay, I'm going to get the next lot of stuff out. Okay, got the next lot of stuff on the hot bar. Now, as with all of these salvage and repair vehicles, I want a fridge per person, just so food isn't an issue. So that'll be 3 fridges. I do want a constructor in the main cab, just like the next one down, the wrecker. Ooh. I think just 1 armor locker in each little cab will be fine. And it'll probably have a bunch of little cargo boxes as well, just like the other guys. So I will do that. For example, the breaker here has 2 little ones, and then the wrecker has 2 little ones and a big one. Giggity. So I'm probably going to do something similar to that. It'll maybe be... I might do something like 2 smalls and a big one in the main cab, and then a big one in the second cab over here. Something like that. Okay, so spotlight wise, it's definitely going to have 2 headlights, this one, because these 2 only have 1 headlight, although that one has 2, funny enough. And then I'm going to have the array of work lights, like I've done with these as well, where we have 1 pointing diagonally forward and right, 1 pointing forwards, and then 3 pointing diagonally forward left, completely left, and diagonally backward left. So let's get these on. It'll probably have 2 tail lights. and then it might have a couple of exterior lights. Yeah. And of course the annoying hazard beacons, I'm going to do them on this one as well. I'm going to do 3 on each side. So that one only had 1 on each side, that one had 2, and this one will have 3 on each side, so that the flashies are a slightly different pattern. In fact, this one has 3 on each side. Oh, there we go. So when you're not looking directly at the lights, when you look at the lights you can see that they flash in a pattern from front to back, but when you're not looking at them, it's like each side of the vehicle has a strobing light. Yeah, I mean, it's the best you could do. Elion, could we please have the option... Where am I going? There. Could we please have an option in the configuration that not only tells it that you want it to blink, but can you tell it how many times you want to blink, please? So you literally have one light, and you can set that one light to flash 3 times in a half a second with a blink frequency of 1.5 seconds like this. That would be awesome for people like me who like putting proper lights on our vehicles. Please? There we go, so that's what it'll look like. Now, harvest module. If I can't get it on the front, if I can't work it into the design, I'm not going to cry about it. But if I can, I would like to put 1 on the front, just so you can clear any trees around a POI, or when you're digging up out of a hole, for example. There might be something in the way. It would be nice to give you that option. What else do I need to talk about? Oh yeah, so it's going to need a couple of doors and a couple of shutters and a couple of force fields. And then the rest is just blocks, basically. Nope. So like the others, the cabs will be kind of mostly glass. Let's put that door there. And same on this side. Yeah, stuff it, that'll do. Yeah, let's do the force fields now. So 2 for each door. 1. I've got to put it there, yeah, cool, fine. Doesn't really matter on this thing. 1, 2. So, shutter-wise, much like the Wrecker here, there'll probably be 1 over the Aurum Wood container controller, 1 over an O2 tank so that you can access the O2 to refill it, 1 over the fuel tanks, and probably 1 over an engine compartment where the generators are. Although that was actually 4 over that. So I'll sort of plan for the same, and I'm going to put these up here, because why not? So, Aurum Wood, O2, fuel, and then probably a bunch for... Whoops, the engine compartment. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to swap these back round, and then I'm going to have a look and see what our CPU is at. Okay, there. Ready? Okay, so definitely not T3, but miles under the maximum for Tier 4. So I don't think I'm going to need to worry about the container extensions. Do you know what? Give me a sec and I'm going to do a bit of maths. Oh, luckily I've still got a calculator open. Right. So each container extension is 125 SU. So I want 20,000 divided by 125 per extension. So I'm going to need 159, because that is also 125, and that will be the 160th. And each one of these is 15 CPU. Oh yeah, 2,400 CPU added to that. So will be basically 41,000, give or take a bit. Yeah, so the rest is just blocks. Oh, I forgot to mention, as I did when I was doing the wrecker refitting, so this breaker, is that right? Yeah, so the hover breaker has the wall shapes as its hull. Then the wrecker here has the half block shapes as its hull. So this one will have full cubes as its hull, basically. So it'll be slightly more armoured as well. Although with the shield it might not be necessary. No, I think I'll do full blocks yet. Okay, so I'm going to get started with throwing some blocks around, and I'll bring you back when I've got... It'll probably be the front cab, I expect. The front cab and the multi-turrets. That seems to be the way these ones have been going. I do the cab and the multi-turret first. So, yep, see you in a bit. Okay, I've got this so far. So... one of the things I've been doing in my building of and refitting of videos is I always get carried away with the building, and then by the time I show you the first bit built, it's like a third of the vehicle, or a half in some cases. So I'm going to try my best starting now to show a little bit more. So there's not actually much here. I've got the front of the cab, the glass of it anyway. I am going to do the little ridgeline thing around it like I have done with the smaller two. And I've got the 3 multi-turrets in place along with the 2 chairs, or at least the 2 chairs in the main cab. I thought I'd stagger them. I thought that might be interesting, rather than having the one chair directly behind the other, so that when you're sat in this one you're looking at the back of someone's head, near enough. I thought it might be nice to move it out a bit so you've got a clear view out the window as you're travelling along. I kind of like that idea. What else? So the side of the vehicle, I've decided will be there. Yeah, and then the little cab, which is going to go on this side of it. So I was looking at this, and I think I'm actually just going to do a 2 wide cab. It'll come out from the side of the vehicle 2 blocks. And the seat will be... oh, the seat will be right up against the wall, and actually that's not a particularly good view, is it? I say... The thing is, I did originally plan to put a 3 wide cab on, the same as this one. But not only am I going to struggle to fill it with stuff, but I think it's going to look a bit stupid sticking out the side by that far. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to try to make a 2 wide cab work, and... because the thing with... if I have the seat here, obviously the view is meh. But if the seat is here, and it's only 2 wide, you get a slightly better view, but you're right up against the door. Which might be okay. I'll have to see when I built it. In my mind's eye, that looks stupid, but I'll see when I get there. But aye, that's the plan. So, with a 2 block wide cab on that side, that makes the middle of this vehicle actually those 2 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then technically 5, because that door is on this block where this block is now, the block where the block is, it's there. And so technically 5, and then when you count this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so actually the middle is there. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, right. The reason I've brought you back, really, not just to show you the progress I've made, is to actually bring you along for a change for a little bit more progress. God, I'm regretting doing such a long line of blocks there now to show you where the edge was. Right. Thinking about what's in the cab of the other vehicles, what's going to be in the cab of this? Two fridges. The constructor should be accessible. One of those. And yeah, I'll have to find a place for the ventilator. The pentaxid tank, I think, should be in here as well. Oh, or should it? Yeah, I think it makes as much sense as anywhere to put it. Right, what else have we got? So they're going to be accessible from an outside panel. As are those and those. Cargo boxes, I know. I'm going to keep these two things in mind. We're going to want one of these. Now, where do I want it based on the seat? See, they're all behind the headrest. I could do the same. Okay, let's see how that goes. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to remember ammo. I seem to be putting the ammo in the cab as well. So, yeah, in a minute, I'll get that out. Right. Do you know what, I think I should have put some blocks down here, actually, to put stuff on. Why did I have to just put it in higgledy-piggledy? Now I don't know where it is. Higgledy-piggledy. It's a D, not a T. So, pentaxid tank. So the thing to bear in mind with this, of course, is that it's not airtight. I actually think the O2 station should go there, so I'm going to plot that there first. I kind of like that there. Although, constructor. How about that then? Let's do that, and then that. And then the pentaxid tank can lie down. Is that the right way up? Nope. Not that it matters, because you won't be able to see it, but okay. That's looking fine so far. So, I'm thinking maybe then mini fridge there. And the one for the driver should go there-ish. And I'm thinking a cargo box to fill in that little gap. And I kind of had the thought of one large and two smalls. But there is currently space for two large. So I might just do that. But I think... yeah, I think I'm going to use one of the old models. The same as here. Whoops, too fast. Okay. It and copy. Nope, that one. Right now. Up. Paste. Yeah, okay. And then paste again, but this one needs to be turned. Is it the blue arrow? No, it's the red arrows. That way. Commentary. Oh shit, now I can't see the arrows. Yeah, that's looking okay, in my opinion. So that's that. And then the armor locker would be there, and that will then give space to lean through and access that. Ammo. That's what should be there. That's what should be there, is the ammo. Ammo. I think I'll use that model to go here. Yeah, that's alright, I think. I am sort of tempted to put one of the... to put one of the flat cargo boxes there. But then I thought about maybe lying an armor locker flat there instead. So, come on, make your mind up. Armor locker or flat cargo box? What's going to be more useful? Oh, I don't know if that hides the constructor too much now, though. So that's going to be wall. Yeah, no, I think that'll do. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so ammo box then. Oh, and that one? No, that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Is the drills. Where's the screen on this? There it is. Okay, and then it's 3 extensions, isn't it? So, 1, 2, 3. And that's now a 500? Yeah. Okay. So I think that's the main cab sort of blocked out. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay, so the drills. Oh, don't do that anymore. I just do it higgledy-piggledy because of how much... Why am I saying higgledy-piggledy so often? So normally I keep the inventory full of stuff in creative a little bit more organised, but I don't quite have enough space to do it because of how many different devices are needed. Oh yeah, let's think about that. Do I want to think about the thrusters, or are they definitely going on the bottom? I think I might put them on the bottom just because that's the style that's sort of been established already for this line. Alright, so if we put a drill here, which is where they are on the others, along the centre line, next to the cab. Yeah, and then again I think there's only going to be 2, and the outer wall is there, so should this one be... Oh yeah, I like that. There you go. One either side of that multi-turret. And then it's this thing. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. And it can't go under those. Can it go on top of it? Oh yeah, I've done the half block shapes around the multi-turrets here. I did start to do the full block shapes. So, I mean with steel, but I was doing that with one of those, obviously the same shape on the front, and they were connected with that. But it did look a bit too bulky, so I decided to go with the half block shapes. So, no harvest module then. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to cry if I couldn't get it on, because I just think if there is a tree in the way, I mean, it might be a bit of a pain if you are using this vehicle solo, but if you're with somebody, one of you can get out with your little multi-tool or drill or whatever, or the survival tool, and chop the tree down. I think that's fine, in my humble opinion. So, headlights then. So it's a bit awkward actually. Do I want two? Oh, also I don't even know if I want the front of this layer to be full blocks. I was thinking I might do a triangle shape. In steel, obviously, but I'm just having a look what the shape looks like. Look. So would I do... Where is it? There it is. Would I do that? Does that then give me the place to put the light? See, I'm not sure I like that. Are you enjoying seeing more of the process, dear viewers? So if I did that and then that, yeah, I kind of like that actually. So there's now 2 blocks on that side, and there will be 3 blocks on that side of the light. Ooh. Okay, I think that'll do again. Yeah. Rightio then. So what I'm going to start doing now... no space. Let's move that. What I'm going to start doing now is figuring out... Oh, I want the generators to be underneath. Oh, do I want them there? No, I think they need to be sort of here. The generators underneath these multi-turrets. And then the fuel, similar to this one. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, the extenders. That's another thing I need to think about, where they go. Okay. Yeah, alright, so that's the next... I won't bother showing you that. I will give you a rest now, but that's what I'm going to be doing next, is figuring out where the... Oh, yeah, I can take that away. Where the generators, the fuel tanks, the CPU extenders go. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right on it. Actually, I am going to get them on my hotbar, just so I don't forget. So I'm doing... That's already done. Those. Yeah, fuel tanks, O2 tanks, generators and the CPU extenders. Righto then, so I will see you in a bit. Right then, I've been doing some blocking out. I think I've got the cab where I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, it'll do. Ding. So, I've got the shield, the Wi-Fi and the detector in, and I thought it would be fun to sort of do that. So it's sort of open to the elements, but sort of not. I put an extra bit of armour there, just in case any stray shots come that way, but hopefully if you're getting shot at, your shields should already be up. So, yeah, the shield is there. As you can see, the CPU extenders are in as well. So there's those two that you can see. Can I get up into the block? Yeah, there you go. And then the other two were right on this side. I think I might upgrade those blocks. Yeah, I might upgrade those blocks to steel just to help protect them. Maybe? I don't know, actually. I think they might be alright. So, I don't have the generators in yet, or the fuel. I do have the O2 in. That'll be accessed there. Now, here's what I didn't think about. I was blocking out just to see what kind of space I had for the fuel and the generators. Based on where the turrets were going to be. And here's something I didn't think about when I made the cockpit or the cabin one block wider than the other one. Does it go there or there or there or there, or does it go there? So there would be, see, that isn't even the middle of the vehicle. So I don't know. I might have to find where the middle is between there and there, and then decide. But I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. Absolutely none. That turret actually needs to be facing sideways. Although again, it might not actually stay there. Yeah, that was a bit silly. I mean, might be alright actually, possibly. Oh, do you know what? I think I'm okay. So this one is 2 blocks from the edge, isn't it? 1, 2. 1, 2. And if this one would go there, 2 blocks from the edge as well. 1, 2. So actually, yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's the thing. Do I take it back an extra block, or do I leave it there? Or do I bring that one forward? That might be the idea. This might, where these are with relation to front and back, might have to wait until all these what are they called? Container extensions. There we go. For some reason I was only thinking CPU extensions. Yeah, I'll have to wait until the container extensions are in to see how far back they go. But I might just for now... That was a good guess, wasn't it? I might do that for now and call it good. And then if it turns out, you know, if the back end of the vehicle comes out to like there, although even then that's still not that bad. I was going to say if it comes out to there it's going to look unbalanced, but actually that is about as long as this end. Oh, I brought the a multi-turret array forward by one block. It looked a bit meh being where it was, because it was sort of not quite in line, but sort of almost in line with the cab. Now it's a little bit forward. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, because now it's still sort of in line, but in my opinion, that looks better than where it was. Right, anyway. Yeah, okay. I will crack on. I think... yeah, I think fuel and generators I'll try to do over this side. Like... oh, I think the wrecker... they're all over here, are they? Yeah, they are. Okay, cool. So that's what I think I'll do. Yes, there we go. I will put the fuel in front of the generators, because then it can fill in these spaces. Centre of the vehicle will actually be there. But I don't think it matters too much. I'm also thinking about where the RCSs will go. Right, well then, I'll update you in a bit. This is the progress so far. There's the little secondary cab on the right hand side. I kind of like it actually. Now I've brought you back so that we can put some stuff in it. Do I like that? Yeah, I think I still do. Okay. Right, so I'm going to need an armor locker, a ventilator, there, one of those storage boxes, probably. Oops. Although it might end up being one of the old models again, because I'm planning to kind of embed it in the wall. So is that it? Armor locker? Oh, and an O2 station. Yes. There. Okay. I have an idea. Oh, and a fridge. And a fridge. Yeah, I have an idea about where I'm going to put most of this stuff. It's going to be hard for me to show you in here, but I will try with this little light on my helmet. So, this is the space in here, and in through here I've decided that's where the generators are going to be. So, I was thinking, oh, I could just do two smalls. Yeah, I might do two smalls there, and then I'll need to probably... I need a full block. So I'll probably... I mean, I know they are airtight, but the issue is seeing through the little gaps. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Right, so that's... the cargo box is done. The ventilator... and the O2 station, I think, will also be sunk into the wall. And... mini fridge. There, maybe? Just on the floor. And then I was thinking... So I could carry on that shape for an extra block and give myself a block space there. I mean, I suppose I could sort of suspend this from the wall that way, but I don't really like that, especially when you kind of have to go round here to, if you need to repair the generators. to be honest, I think that is probably going to be the best place for it. Yeah. There's not really much choice in here. Let's see. I mean... Yeah, okay. I think it's another example of that'll do. The mini fridge. Yeah, I think there's fine. So there's the view from the chair. I think that's alright. And when you get out the chair, I'm hoping the game will put you behind it, but it doesn't look like it will. Whatever, game. So, there we go. I can get rid of these now. That one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Now. Oh, and the fridge. The work light array. I haven't designed it in yet, but I'm thinking I might do it round this turret. It will mean that the armour around the turret is quite weak, because these are 45 and the lights are not. But I can't really see anywhere else they would go. Oh, although I am sort of seeing. I could do... Give me a second to adjust my headset and put stuff away and get stuff out. Okay, so here is a possible solution. I could do... I say. Yeah. So that's forward, right? So it's closer to... Yeah, that's right. Closer to... Hang on a second. Let me use my cursor. That shape there tells you that the light is going to be coming out that way. Whereas this doesn't. Yeah. Oh, and that little bar, actually, kind of points in the direction the light's going. Right, so that's what I'm thinking. So that's a forward. I then need a diagonal where you have to ignore those. The same marks on the outside of that block. But with these, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's pointing directly out from the light there. Right, so I now need a flat one. And then another diagonal that way. Okay. And then I could do some block shapages, maybe. I think it might need to be that one. It's all part of the process, isn't it? I think I need... No. That shape I have in my head, that one, I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah. I'm not too sure about that, you know. It looks a bit funny. Okay, well, aren't you glad I brought you along for that bit of the process? I mean, I could do a similar design along there. The problem will be the diagonal backward one. Which I could maybe move to a different place there, maybe. Alright, well, I'm going to have a play with that on my own. Giggity giggity. And, yeah, I'll see you when I got a bit more work done. But that's what I've got so far. plenty of room for container extensions, so the 20k should be fine. Right then, I'll see you in a while. For you in a second, for me probably tomorrow. Right then, she's built and finished. Well, the building bit is finished, that's why she's built. So this is what I've got so far. I've used some of the funky shapes I don't normally use, just to kind of funky it up a little bit. So what do I need to tell you about? I don't know if you can tell the difference, but she's not as tall. I brought both turrets down by one block, sunk them into the roofs that they were on, and then I filled up the inside with container extensions, and so there were little gaps. I put some carbon composite around the generators so that when you open the shutter doors here, like for example that gap there and up there, so that you don't see container extensions, you only see, oh actually I think those are, yeah, but that's not, that's carbon composite just here. So I did that, which of course left some little gaps and things. So all of the gaps and things were filled with the container extensions. Sorry, I knocked my mic there as I scratched my face. So I filled it up to this line of blocks here with container extensions. And once I'd filled that up, it just so happened that the container was exactly 20,000. I couldn't have done that again if I tried. So I did actually move the 3 container extensions that are behind those blocks, that one, and that one, and they are now actually under these slopes here, which of course is still 20,000, but I mean, yeah, I was pretty pleased with that. But yes, this is what I've got so far. So that's come down. I did also move them forward by 1 block. Yeah, 1 block. I moved. In fact, I basically moved everything from here back forward by 1 block, which was fun because it broke that shutter door and that, but still, it's all fixed now. I believe the back end of that cab has changed since you last saw it, because it now comes right up to the back of the vehicle, and I did originally have slopes like this here, but then it looked weird just being like, it was like everything was in one line at the back, so I brought it in. I mean, it's still the same block space, but the model of block has changed, so it's now only a wall panel. But yeah, I mean, the idea I had in my head when I started this was that this little cab on this side wouldn't be right at the back. I was thinking it would be nearer the middle, but I ended up with so much space in here for the container extensions that I got to 20,000 before I got past the back of that little cab. But you know, it happens. So thruster wise, so I've got the 4 large T2s on the front and the 5 large T2s on the back as I planned, but the side ones are slightly different. I've had to go with 3 larges rather than 2 large and 3 mediums. I mean, your strafing thrust is going to be compromised, but it's not terrible. I mean, they are still tier 2 larges. So the sideways thrust is 24 meters a second. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what one of these has in its forward, you know. That's 28. And that's 25. So, I mean, that the sideways thrust of that massive vehicle is the same as the forward thrust of this tiny one. So it's not, you know, it's not terrible. Although, bear in mind, it will get worse when you fill it full of stuff. But the hover engines, as you can see, I've done this. Now, most of this is the same as planned. 2 on each corner at the back. The inboard of those will be max lift. And then there's 2 here on this front corner to help keep the multi-turrets up. Little bit worried about the fact that that one comes to there. So I very nearly put... actually, it's not too late to do it. To move that, I mean... We'll see. So the next job actually is to do all the device naming and grouping, all the signal logic, and then it'll be time to take it down onto the planet for a test drive. So I'll see if this corner needs any more hover. Then I'm not sure what I would do if it does need it. Maybe put 2 smalls there. I don't really know, but we'll see. Then the max lift I'm planning to be... Actually, I think I'll keep that one on by default, but those 3 there, and then, like I said, those 2, and... yeah, I think I'll leave those on by default as well, although it might not actually need both of those, but it looks good. It's symmetry, isn't it? So we'll see how that goes. Oh, I have a little confession actually about the RCSs. So like I said, I filled up the interior with the container extensions, forgetting that I needed to put RCSs in here. So it's kind of good that I did, because the RCSs are now actually in this layer of carbon composite blocks that form the floor of the vehicle, which is okay, I think. Alright, so there we go. I will see you in a bit when all that's done, the devices, and I'll meet you down on the planet, or maybe up here, I don't know. I normally meet you up here and then to go down to the planet, but anyway, I'll see you then. Okay? Okay. Rightio, then all the device naming and grouping and stuff is done. So this is... I'm not sure if it is the very first vehicle in the first run hover vehicle series, or it's certainly the first of these salvage and repair vehicles, and probably the first of the industrial ones anyway, that has ramps that are sensor controlled. I do have some builds that have them. I know the Argo ships that I built that are based on some Star Citizen manufacturers definitely have some ramps, but yeah, certainly the first in a while. Oh, and also the power save. This is probably the first one that does more than just turn off the Wi-Fi. Oh, actually, I'm not even sure if I put the Wi-Fi on the power save. Can I see it? No, I want the Wi-Fi. There we go. No, I didn't. Ha ha! So, the other things on the Wi-Fi, so like the wrecker over there, I have put some of the generators on. I've actually put 3. Shush! See, that's the only problem with having automatic ramps. So, power save. Turns off those 2 and that front one and leaves that one on. Speaking of power save and the ramps, yep, the ramp control sensors are also on the power save. So yeah, the more complicated a vehicle gets, the more appears on the power save option. So I offer a lot of control with the custom signals and custom shortcuts here. And although they've rechanged the name of that, I will have to get used to that. The custom device group shortcuts, I think I'll call it, but maybe custom shortcuts for short. So, yeah, a lot of people would do a lot of these on sensors, whereas I prefer to give the player control. So for example, if we take Spange, quite a few times he's set, for example, the point defense turrets on the outside of the ship that he's set to shoot at predators and soldiers and stuff to come on automatically when his landing gear comes down. And that's all well and good when you want them to be down when you're landed, but there have been a few times where he's been flying over the surface of a planet and he's wanted his turrets to shoot them and they haven't because his gear isn't down. And that's one of the reasons, not him specifically, but that kind of thing is one of the reasons I give so much control to the person manually rather than automatic, is because it takes away that randomness, that need to have them on when you want them on and they just won't come on because they're set to automatic, you know. There are some things like the manual doors that I keep manual because I like the interaction that gives you with the ship. It's like a slightly higher level of interaction. I personally like that. Now, probably most of you are going to be good enough with the game to put those doors on the sensors that I've even provided. And when I haven't, you're probably, like for example these, you're probably good enough to fit a sensor on it somewhere to do it, you know. But personally, I like the interaction, you know. Anyway, right, so yeah, all the device naming is done. Some of it doesn't need to be named, but some of it does. The max lift, I've done that. 2 of the RCSs. Oh, in fact, you can see, apart from the RCSs, what's on the max lift, because they're currently turned off. Wrong button. They're next to each other on the keyboard, in case you are wondering why I missed. So, there you go. The ones that are off are the max lift. Yeah, and then 2 of the RCSs. So, I'll see you down on the planet. Now, before I go there, one thing I normally do is I grab from the creative menu a whole bunch of ore, and I fill up the ore container with it. The thing is, I just had a thought. I'm pretty sure, I mean, just in case I do empty my inventory to below my limit, but I'm not sure in creative mode that the vehicle actually takes your inventory into account. But on top of that, I'm also not sure if it takes the inventory of the vehicle into account either in creative. I've got no clue at all. Ooh. I'm thinking I might change those block shapes. I'm going to do that and I'll see you down on the planet. Actually, I'm going to change them back because I don't like it. And now I'll see you down on the planet. Right then, here it is. I put some fuel in it. Let's give it a quick try. So, pilot mode is on. So this is with max lift off. I mean, for a large piece of industrial equipment, that's pretty good, I think, in my opinion. Especially with not all the thrusters on. The one thing I do want to try real quick. Let's get the multi-turrets out. Okay. I'm going to turn on the shield and then try to operate a turret and see what the power's like. Although I don't think I can actually see the HUD when I'm doing that. No, I can't. I mean, that didn't take long at all, so... I mean, that was quite high, considering there are 4 generators, and I was umming and ahhing about whether to put on 3 or 4. So just based on that alone, I'm glad I put on 4. I don't actually need to do that kind of thing, do I? And in. Loud. Right. Okay, I'm going to fill it full of stuff now and see how it handles again. That's the wrong menu. Okay, see you in a mo. Right then, so I've got that much in. Close enough, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not... That's with max lift off. I don't think it takes it into account in creative. Well, in WIMP fashion, I am of course going to assume it's alright and call it good. That'll do. Yep, most definitely that'll do. So, I'm not entirely sure how to turn a creative game into a survival game in order to test that and then turn it back again. I'm not sure it's possible. So, again, I'm just going to assume it's alright. So, okay, need to paint it and then it'll be done. So I'll see you when it's painted. There we go, it's all painted, all finished. Hooray. So is there anything important I need to report? Anything I've changed? I don't think so. I mean, the painting went pretty smoothly. There was nothing complicated, I don't think. Other than I had to... Oh, look at that. It's a good job I came over here, isn't it? Damage texture's still showing. It's not finished. It's not finished. It's not painted. Ooh, actually, black. Yeah, I prefer that. So, Oh, and behind the pipes. Well, tubes, conduits. Can I get under there? Should it be that texture? Maybe I'll do... Yeah, that way round. Oh. Okay, there we go. So, as I was saying about these shapes, I did actually have to turn them round because this end that you can put a separate texture on was here, and obviously I wanted it there. But other than that, oh, I think there was one over here I had to turn around as well. I may have changed those shapes, but I don't really know. But there we go, that's how it looks. Yeah, I think I've used that colour for the pentaxid tank for other things. So that kind of dark pink colour is actually used for putting on pipes using... I think it's that. Kind of that pink glows up a similar pink colour to the pink that's... Oh, actually it doesn't, does it? Has that changed? No, I don't know. Maybe the... Yeah, maybe the lighting on the actual pentaxid tank has changed. Anyway, so... Yeah, I don't think there's anything really to report. So there we go. Thank you very much for taking an interest in how the Hover Demolisher was built. I hope you enjoyed seeing the process. I hope you also enjoyed the fact that I included more of the process in this video than I normally do. So hopefully, more hopefully, I will see you either in the other video for this vehicle, the tour, which after I go and take some screenshots over at thumbnail point over there, I shall be doing down on the planet, or in another video for a different build. So thank you again, and goodbye.